Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to cover Gala here today, just really quick. Help you understand a little bit more about what might happen next and where we're at with things. I got a lot of requests for this, of course, even though we are starting off with a red day, it's pretty standard, and we could actually turn this into a very positive situation. So again, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, just love teaching people how to trade. Hopefully you can learn a thing or two here today. So taking a look here at Gala, one thing I want to note is, first of all, we are... what was it? We were below? Yeah, we're still getting rejected by the 50-day SMA. That was a concern yesterday when I reviewed this previously, but also, if you know, you can see that it got obviously above and has come back down below. So a lot of that has to do with the fact that Bitcoin kind of pushed up and spiked when the market opened today and then sold off shortly after. Okay, so Bitcoin consolidating around 43.5. It's pretty standard here with Gala essentially trying to it's a profitable coin. People are going to take their profits. It's going to happen. This pullback is normal. So I wouldn't over concern yourself, because I think we're still at a key level of support. We'll look at that smaller time frames. One thing to note though, and this is important also to understand, we are still stuck under the 50-day SMA, which reflects 50 RSI as well. Okay. So what I mean by that here is that when we're stuck under 50 on the RSI, it's commonly a resistance. So that's going to hold us down, hold the price action below where we should, and effectively just helps you understand that we're not on the right side of tracks just yet. We got to get back up over 50 on the RSI to have that confidence in Gala and to be able to add to our position and take a position to the upside, if you will. Okay, but for now, that's kind of where we're at here. Not terrible, but not great. I'd feel much better if we were up over 50 on the RSI. So if we can push today to break the 50-day simple moving average first, and inevitably 27 cents, close above 27, we'll be in much better shape. Okay, that's kind of what we're looking at there for Gala. So again, not terrible, not great, just kind of is what it is there in the sense of needing to get back above that major resistance. So take a look here. Great news is we're still up over 50 on the RSI. Correction, I'm sorry, misspoke. 50 on the SMA on the 4 hour. That's extremely important. That's a very common resistance level. Or in this case, now it's a support. The price could very well come back down. If it does come down to 24, it could and should likely bounce. Okay, so again, Gala's still looking okay. Yes, it took off yesterday for a little while independent of Bitcoin, but we got to understand that it's normal for that to happen, and this retracement is pretty standard as well. Okay, because it got overextended. Keep in mind too, from bottom to top, in just under what that's 16 hours, we got 22% increase. That's pretty significant. All right, so just big picture here, Gala is definitely looking better than not on the 4 hour, which will eventually translate to the 1 day chart, right? And if we take a look here at the RSI, bounce off of 50 on the RSI is extremely important. If we come back down even further, we'll still be okay. Now, if I recall correctly, I drew out this line yesterday based on the fact that 25.2 was essentially a resistance level, and you saw how it broke through that. That being said, at this point in time, the price coming back down could very well bounce off that. That could be a support level, okay? So if we do lose to say 25.2, then we can expect 24 cents to hold as a secondary support. Good news is, even if it comes down as low as 24, we'll still be making higher lows, and that's not a bad thing. We just want to make sure to hold 24 or higher, otherwise we might have a different conversation. But good news is the 50-day SMA essentially on the 4 hour is essentially consolidating right at 24 as well. So again, reaffirming that support there. If we do lose 25.2, 24 is essentially the next bottom. All right, so good stuff there. I'd recommend DCA targets at current price point as well as 24, maybe do 24.1 just to be safe in case the price were to come down and bounce. All right, looking at the 1 hour, let's go ahead and touch on TD sequential. Price is moving down. We're at a 4. We could experience 5 more hours of continuation or a consolidation sideways here. As we can see, this line here from before, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 7 hours in a row, the price couldn't pass through that, and then it just squeezed straight through and pushed really hard from there. That being said, the price coming down to consolidate at that price point is extremely helpful and extremely beneficial in the sense that it could likely bounce. Okay, so there's a good chance we'll see a bounce here at the current price point. Do not hesitate to add to your position between 24 and 25. Not a bad place to do that. Furthermore, looking at the Ichimoku cloud, this does tell us that we have a potential consideration to sell our position or to close it. So if you're in the profit from yesterday, you got in at 22 and you're at 25 right now, consider taking some profits, just based on the fact that the Ichimoku cloud is telling us that lagging span just intersected with a candle wick, which isn't super important, but it might in the next 6 hours intersect with the price action. Unless the price jumps up, we shouldn't expect to see that happen, right? So in other words, the cloud is basically telling us we want to close it. Plus the conversion line is intersecting with the baseline. That's another tried and true testament to the fact that we should possibly close our position there because the momentum is lacking. Therefore, at this point, I think just DCA into 24/25 cents, and you'll probably be just fine to experience the price come back up again. Will it bounce right here at this current price point? It's looking like it. It's no guarantee though. It could continue down further. We've got about 4 hours left of continuation in this pattern, and we could see a bounce off 24 here soon. That's the likely candidate in order to push the price action higher. Okay. So again, 24/25, DCA all the way through that. I think you'd be just fine. But big picture, I think Gala is here to stay, and we are expecting to have the price likely continue to progress upwards. I do think Gala is definitely looking good, and I think we're in good shape. So try not to concern yourself with the fact that the price just dipped a little bit. Add to your position, nothing wrong with that. Hopefully you learned something here today. Thanks again for joining me. Another quick episode, but again, just like to kind of cut to the chase and help you understand more specifically what's going on. If you're not currently a community member, CryptoCache.tech is the website, link in the description below. I send out signals for every single trade that I take, and I also provide you with a trading academy so you can learn how to become a better trader, and an amazing community with weekly roundtable discussions to help you become more well-rounded. I hope you have a benefit here and you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me here. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.